Game match 2-2. 2-2. That's got me. Yeah. Welcome back to the Youngtown Memorial Oval match on City Park Radio and AFL Taz live stream. Tell you that midway through the fourth quarter, it is South Launceston leading 6-8-44 to Longford at 2-7-19. 2-2.
Oh, hang on, go through. Oh, no, fuck it. Drop. Nice move, Foxy.
Good afternoon and welcome to Youngtown Memorial Oval. Matt Donaldson with you here on the AFL Tas live stream. Coming up soon we will have South Launceston Bulldogs versus Longford Tiger that is in Women's Premier League action right here on the AFL Tas live stream. Currently the reserves are out there. It is South Launceston leading. We're midway through the last quarter. It is South Launceston leading 6-8-44, leading over Longford at 3-7-25, and 13 minutes gone there in the last term, with Longford kicking the last goal. Good day here, currently about 9 degrees. Forecast is good, no rain forecast at all. It is a very clear day. It was a little bit frosty this morning, but certainly turned into a great winter's day here at Youngtown. Sun's out, shining, ground looks in great nick. Bear in mind we had a lot of rain that week before last, but the ground is holding up very well here at Youngtown. Full card last Saturday, and another full card here today, with the unders playing first up into the reserves. Women's at 12:30, and the men coming up at 2:30. Which will be broadcast on the AFL Tas live stream and simulcast on City Park Radio. Cool.
feel like a bit of a bitch. Well, funny you say this. Fridays I was running to Matty Lee, and we say the exact same thing. So we always run into each other in the open section. To have a chat. And I always finish the first conversation. I'll probably see her around soon. So the next time I see each other.
Good afternoon, everyone. Matt Donaldson with you here on the AFL Tas live stream live from the Youngtown Memorial Oval. We are bringing you some NTFA Premier League action this afternoon on the live stream, and we've got a cracker here in South Launceston versus Longford Tigers, coming to you live from Youngtown. Last week, South Launceston had a great 12-point win against Launceston to maintain their top on the second spot on the ladder at 7-2, and it's terrific to see Longford get a side out there this week. We know they've struggled. Their coach, Ivo Agostini, came out in the week and said that they're trying as a community to make sure that they can field a women's team, and they've done just that today, which is terrific to see. They last played in round 8, which was a 102-point loss to Delarray, and they currently sit 6 on the ladder with those 7 losses and 2 forfeits, but it's great to see them out on the park today. And we're about to get underway here at Youngtown. Players taking up their positions. Magic day here at Youngtown. About 10 degrees at the moment. That sun is shining brightly here at Youngtown. It really is fantastic. And we are just about to get away. Umpires in position. Players are in their positions, and we're just about good to go here for NTFA Premier League women's action live from the Youngtown Memorial Oval. Ball goes up, rucks go at it. Grace Wilden was in there. Loose footy in the middle of the ground. Chance for Longford to clear this one out. Quick handball out there by Agostini. Ball yet to leave the centre square. A lot of players around this footy. Loose ball. Umpire has plucked out a free kick there for a hold going the way of Alexis Oliver. So she'll get the first clearance for South. Out of the centre, chips it up, centre half forward, and finds a player in Freestone. Liana Freestone drives this one a bit further forward, and she has hit up a player there, Hannah Viney. Hannah Viney takes the first mark inside 50 and has a chance for South Launceston to put them on the board early. Viney chips this one short into the corridor, and she's found a player in Lucy Sulzberger. Kicked 3 goals last week for the Bulldogs, and off to a pretty red-hot start here. Yet to go past the 1 minute mark of this first term, and Lucy Sulzberger lining up for goal. About 30 metres out directly in front. Sulzberger goes with the right. And it is through for the first goal for South Launceston. So Lucy Sulzberger opens her account inside the first minute here for South. It's a nice pass there from Hannah Viney to spot up Sulzberger about 30 out directly in front, goes back, takes the set shot and puts it through. So South Launceston get on the board in the first minute here from Youngtown. We've just gone about 90 seconds here in the first quarter. It is South Launceston leading by that goal. 1 straight 6. Longford yet to score. It was impressive last week. Lucy Sulzberger kicked the 3. Hannah Viney kicked 1 last week as well, as did Jazz Freestone. But it's Sulzberger to put them on the board early. Back in the centre. Chance for Longford to clear this footy. Kick forward. Bouncing footy inside the centre of the ground. Sweeping handball out, but only as far as Corbett. Ash Corbett drives this one forward and hits up a player in McGinty. This is Georgia McGinty. She was very impressive last week as well. Kicks this one up inside 50. Loose footy. The fall of the ball there inside 50. That was Williams with a quick handball out. Here's a chance. Kick towards goal by McGinty. is offline to the right side, and one behind for Georgia McGinty. She opens her account. It's South Launceston 1-1-7, leading Longford yet to score. We've gone 2.5 minutes in the first quarter. Chance for Longford to clear this ball out. Driving ball forward there was Thomas. It's Cody Thomas kicks this up towards defensive 50. South Launceston have a bit of a wall up here though. Kick towards goal by Freestone. Oh, it just drifts left. Jazz Freestone, they're hitting the board early here, South Launceston. 1-8, 3 minutes gone in the first quarter, leading Longford yet to score. Pretty hard there for Longford to clear this ball out of defensive 50. South had some players set up on the 50 ready to pounce. Another chance. Thomas clears this ball out of defensive 50. It's going to come back in though. Sweeping handball there was good from Gillow. Gillow chips the ball forward. It's loose in the pocket. Bowls over a few. Here's a chance. Trickling footy. It's Williams down there on the line. Quick snap around the corner and goals. Emily Williams gets on the board. She kicks her first. South Launceston off to an early lead. They lead 2-14. And we've gone 3.5 minutes in this first quarter. Beautiful conditions for footy today here at Youngtown. Magic day, actually. The sun is out. It was a little bit frosty early this morning here in Launceston. But it's currently 8.2, but it feels a little bit warmer than that. The sun is streaming in through the commentary box window just beautifully. Gone 3.5 minutes. South Launceston 2-14, leading Longford yet to score. Go back into the centre of the ground. Umpires setting up. I can see a young Spencer Smith out there umpiring today. And ball up back in the centre. It was Alexis Oliver in the ruck there, got the first tap. Loose footy down. Sulzberger with a quick handball forward. There's McGinty in there as well. Grace Wild in that centre as well. Longford tackled immediately. One pole went to blow the whistle. Thought more of it. Loose footy for half forward here for the Dogs. Right on that paint of 50. Socket out there. Here's Agostini with a kick inside the middle of the ground for Longford. But it's been cut off there. Intercept mark taken nicely by Sophie Dean. So Sophie Dean in the centre of Youngtown Oval drives this footy forward. Loose ball. Here's a chance for South Launceston again. Quick handball out. Trying to find Oliver. There's been a whistle though. And has been pinged for holding the ball. So relieving kick for Longford in their back line. And it's Libby McGrath to take this one from right half back. Kicks the ball down towards the wing. Loose footy comes off the hands of a few players there. Picked up by Madden. She's going to wheel and go and get this one back inside 50. Kick partially smothered. Right on the paint of 50 here for the Dogs. Another chance. Here's McGinty. Shoots it towards goal. It goes over the back of everyone. And it is a goal. So it was McGinty with the kick forward there. And it has trickled through for the goal. She opens her account. And South Launceston off to an early lead. I look down on Lucas Donaldson's stat sheet. Let's have a look here. He's got some stats already. South leading the hit-outs 3-0. Clearances. Longford have had a little bit of a go there in clearances. 2-1. Score there is 3-2-20, leading Longford yet to score. We've gone 6 minutes in the first quarter. Inside 50 is becoming concern for Longford. It is 6-0. Marks inside 50, 2-0. Intercept marks, the one to South Launceston. And freeze for and freeze against, just one apiece at this stage. We've gone 6 minutes here in the first quarter. Back into the centre. Rucks go at it. Oliver wins the tap on this occasion. Gets it down. Loose footy to be won here. And it is through Freestone. Freestone sweeps a handball forward to Morrison. It's Keely Morrison. Gets it back there to Weldon. Weldon kicks up towards 50. Another opportunity here for South Launceston. Kicks towards goal. Kicks towards goal. Was from Keely Morrison. And Morrison puts it through for a goal. Keely Morrison opened her account. Well, and in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden, South Launceston are up to 4-26, leading Longford yet to score. Those goal kickers so far, Georgia McGinty, Lucy Sulzberger, Killy Morrison, and Emily Williams are all on the board early here for South Launceston. So we've gone 6.5 minutes. South Launceston really dominating the territory battle here. It's 4-2-26, Longford yet to score. And we'll go back in the centre. Certainly Alexis Oliver is having the better of it at the ruck at the moment. Got Lisa McDonald, she's one of the players for the Tigers, hasn't missed a game all year. Longford have got 4 players that haven't missed a game in their side today. Lydia Holtz, Lisa McDonald, Indiana Aisley and Emily Hogarth haven't missed a beat. Back at it again in the centre of the ground. Chance for South Launceston here. Sweeping handball coming out. holding the ball call. So some good defensive pressure there from the Tigers. They're going to get a relieving free kick here through Libby McGrath, right on the corner of the square. She's going to boot this one along down towards the wing. Comes off hands. Chance here for Holtz. She's tackled immediately. Umpire says, give it to me. We will have a ball up just in front of us here in the broadcast booth. South use the opportunity to make a few changes to the bench. On comes Grace Gillow. Sweeping handball out. Finds Jazz Freestone. Freestone wheels and goes on the boot. Gets a bit of height with that kick. But only as far as Holtz for Longford. Quick tack down there from Davies. Oh, a nice spin there from Weldon. That was nice. Gets it up towards centre half forward. Good one-on-one contest. Comes off hands. Here's another chance for South Launceston through Keely Morrison. Keely drives this one forward. Goes towards the pocket. And it is going to trickle through for her behind. So Keely Morrison, 1 goal, 1 for her so far. We've gone 8 minutes in this first term. South Launceston 4-3-27. Leading Longford yet to score. And we're inside at the 9th minute here in the first term. Quick kick out from Longford. Chance going to rebound back. Here's Georgia McGinty. McGinty comes off the side of the boot. Loose kick up forward. Chance here for Williams. Williams turns, snaps, and has kicked the goal. Emily Williams kicks her second goal of the first term. And South Launceston move through to 5-3-33. Longford yet to score. Emily Williams, the first multiple goal scorer this afternoon. She's kicked the 2 singles to McGinty, Sulzberger and Keely Morrison so far. So a hot start here for South Launceston. They've won the territory battle. I'm looking over my shoulder thanks to Lucas Donaldson, who's putting some stats together for me today. Hit-outs going South Launceston's way, 5-zip. Clearances, a bit even there. South Launceston with the 3, Longford with the 2. Inside 50s, this is becoming a bit of a concern for Longford. It is 8 inside 50s to none. Marks inside 50, 2 to South. Intercept marks, 1 to South, and frees 4. It is 1 free for South Launceston and 2 for Longford. Back in the centre of the ground, Alexis Oliver up in the ruck again, wins this tap down. Another chance for South here. Quick kick forward, nice tap on there in the path of Brouard. This is Hayley Brouard. Runs and gets this ball deep inside 50. Loose footy, clean bowls a few. Loose footy in the goal square, dangerous one, this one. Here's Weldon. Weldon runs around on the right, and it is in for a goal. So that is Grace Weldon there, popping one through. She joins the goal-scoring party here. That's the 6th goal for South Launceston early in this one, midway through the first term. And Grace Weldon hits the scoreboard. It was some nice work out of the centre there from Hayley Brewer, driving that one forward. Loose footy, was a dangerous ball for the Tigers, and South Launceston able to capitalise. So in the blink of an eye, South Launceston have put up 6 goals, 6-3-39, leading Longford yet to score. We've gone 10 minutes in the first term. So it is one-way traffic at this stage. South Launceston 6-3-39. Longford yet to score. Back into the centre. And it's going to be Oliver versus McDonald again in the ruck. Oliver gets the tap down here. Maybe a chance for Longford to clear. Still loose footy inside this centre square. Quick handball out. Chance for Longford. Kick forward. Again, loose footy in that patch of the ground that was a little bit muddy last week. Sweeping handballs over the top, and that's gone as far as Lyons there, Caitlin Lyons. Kicks the ball out in the path of Keely Morrison again. She has started pretty hot today. She's already got a goal and has a number of possessions. Keely Morrison kicks this one up inside 50 for South. Another opportunity there for South. And I'll get you that goal kicker. That is a goal for South Launceston. And that one-way traffic does continue. And it was Freestone that popped that one through. Jazz Freestone opens her account. She's kicked 1 goal, 1 kicked to 1 last week. Oh, Liana. My apologies to the Freestone girls there. It was actually Liana that popped that one through. Thanks, Rick, up here in the commentary box all over that one. So it is Liana Freestone who popped that one through. And South Launceston move away. They've kicked 7 goals already in this one. 7-3-45. We've gone 11 and a half minutes back in the centre. And it's Alexis Oliver wins that. Ruck tap down again. Loose footy. Picked up, gets this one forward. Onto the 50 in the path of Lucy Sulzberger. Sulzberger gives a nice handball over the top to Sophie Dean. Sophie Dean lines it up from about 35 out, and Sophie Dean goes bang. Pops this one through. It is one-way traffic. Sophie Dean, she gets on the scoreboard as well as South Launceston kick their 8th goal. We've gone about 12 minutes in this first quarter. And Sophie Dean pops through a nice goal from about 35 out. Very good to South Launceston footy family, the Deans. We'll see Sophie's older brother, Ollie, line up in the men's game later on this afternoon as well. But right now it's about Sophie, and she has opened her account with a nice goal. And South Launceston have moved through to 8-3-51. We've gone 12 and a half minutes of the first quarter. We'll reset back in the centre. It's going to be Oliver again in the ruck. Up against Lisa McDonald, one of those Tigers that hasn't missed a game this year from all of Longford's game. Umpire throws the ball up. Oliver gets the double hand on that one, gets it down towards Georgia Gillow. She gives a quick handball out, and again, we're inside 50 for South. A chance here. Snaps around the corner. Bouncing footy. Sophie Dean's moved up forward. She started off in defence, but has now moved up forward. Grace Weldon's in there trying to get this footy free. She's tackled immediately and breaks away. Weldon gets out of the tackle and misses to the left side. One behind for Grace Weldon, so she's kicked 1 goal 1 in this game so far. Just clicked over into the 14th minute, so we've gone just over 13, and it's South Launceston leading 8-4-52. Longford yet to score. Chance for Longford to clear. Goes up towards Sophie, but it's been intercepted by Sophie Dean. So Sophie Dean takes the mark. Just on the paint of 50 here. Soph looks for options. Kicks inside. Goes towards the corridor, and she's found a teammate in Layla Stonehouse. Stonehouse doesn't hesitate, wheels and goes. Finds a player loose in the square. Pops this one through. That's Jazz Freestone. She gets on the board. Oh, it was a nice play there. Quick kick to find a loose player in Jazz Freestone in the goal square. And South Launceston kick away again. That is their 9th goal of the quarter. We've only going to be going about 14 minutes. So a bit of domination here from the South Launceston Bulldogs. They have kicked 9 goals in the blink of an eye. Put a bit of space on the scoreboard. So it's 9-4-58. Leading Longford yet to score. We've gone 14 minutes in the first term. Those goal kickers, Gitty's got 1, Liana Freestone's got 1, Lucy Sulzberger's got 1, Jazz Freestone's got 1, Sophie Dean's in on the action, Keely Morrison's got 1, Emily Williams has got 2, and Grace Weldon's got the 1 as well. Rucks go at it, back in the centre. Longford have made a change there in the ruck, I've just noticed. I'll get that name in a second. It's a loose footy here, and it's been pinned, holding the ball. So, relieving free kick for South Launceston will be taken by Liana Freestone. Freestone kicks around the corner and has found a teammate, plays on straight away. Here's another opportunity for South Launceston through Milne. Pops this one up. Intercepted though by Longford. So, a chance for Longford to clear. Deep inside South Launceston's 50. Here's a quick snap towards the goal there by Layla Stonehouse. And Stonehouse 1 behind. Across the face for 1 behind. So South Launceston moved through to 9-5-59. We've got 15 minutes of this first quarter. And have clocked up a 59-point lead early in this one. Footy comes out. And there's a pack of players around this footy. It's about 45 out from South Launceston's goal. It's not going anywhere. Umpire says, give it to me. We will go again. It'll be like Emily Hogarth on the bottom of that pack. And Rucks go at it again. Can Longford clear this footy out of South Launceston's 50. Comes back there to Layla Stonehouse. Another shot from a very similar position where she had a go just moments ago, and this time she puts it through. So Layla Stonehouse joins the goal-kicking party for South Launceston. She gets on the board. She's kicked 1 goal 1. And it has been busy for our man Rick here up in the scoreboard area to be punching all these goals up. That's 10 goals for South Launceston. Almost getting a goal a minute here in this one. They have really put some scoreboard space on the Longford Tigers. It is 10-5-65. Longford yet to score. We've gone 16 minutes in the first quarter here at Youngtown Memorial Oval. Beautiful day for it, beautiful conditions. Just clicked over 16 minutes in the first term. South Launceston have really put their foot down in the first 15 minutes or so of this game. Go at it again. Alexis Oliver wins that tap down. Loose footy in the centre of the ground. Chance for South. It's under a few players here. Umpire says, no, give it to me. We will go again. It looks like Emily Hogarth underneath that pack for the Tigers. Indeed it is. Those Tigers that haven't missed a game this year. Sweeping handball over the top in the path of Madden. Madden falls to her feet. Here's a quick kick forward by Jazz Freestone. Freestone's kick goes over the back. Loose footy in the goal square. Socked through by Chloe Martin. Bang, and another one. Another goal. Well, Chloe Martin in this occasion joins the play. That's 11 goals in this term from South Launceston, and they are really going away with it on the scoreboard here. So it's the 11th goal of the term. And we've got 10 different goal kickers for South Launceston already in this one as we're approaching quarter time. So it's 11-5-71 South Launceston. Flicked over into the 18th minute. Longford yet to score. And plenty happening on the goal scoring sheet here for South Launceston. So we'll go back into the centre. Get it underway again. On this occasion, Oliver back into the ruck. Loose footy. She's got the chance to pick it up there. Nice tackle laid there by Ainsley. That's Indy Ainsley from the Tigers. Loose footy bobbling around. Longford get a clearance and moves towards the paint of their 50 out on the outer side. Players in pursuit. First one there is Sophie Dean for South and chance to mop up through South. Clearing kick down the line and finds a player there in the number 6, Liana Freestone. They're inside 50 again here, South. And that's a nice mark taken by Stonehouse, Layla Stonehouse. She's already had a few shots from that part of the ground. There's been a whistle. The ball's trickled across the ground and it's going to be out of bounds. There has been a whistle back there. And it may have in fact gone out of bounds. Or, no, downfield free kick. So it is going to be a South Launceston shot on goal here through Georgia McGinty. McGinty from the pocket runs around, opens the angle up a little bit and pops it through. So McGinty has kicked her second. Resulting from a downfield free kick from Stonehouse. McGinty opens up the angle, runs around, pops it through. She's kicked her second. She's kicked 2 goals, 1. And South Launceston have kicked their 12th for the quarter. And they are really running away with this one on the scoreboard at South Launceston. Almost approaching quarter time here at Youngtown Memorial Oval. Like I've mentioned, it is a beautiful day for it here today. Sun is shining. It's a really crisp winter's day. There we go. South Launceston 12-5-77, leading Longford yet to score. We've gone 19 minutes of this first quarter, so about a minute to go in the first term. And we'll head back into the centre for the remaining minute. Oliver's been dominant in the ruck. Again, gets that tap down. Loose footy. On the wing, kicked forward by South Launceston. Here's another chance for Stonehouse. Has a bounce on the wing. Goes towards the 50, drives this one in deep. Footy over the back. Dangerous ball here for Longford. Dangerous ball because it's Lucy Sulzberger. Kicked 3 last week. Is there. Here's another chance as well for Jazz Freestone. Gets this footy through to Chloe Martin. Martin kicks for goal. It's marked right in front of the behind line there. And it'll be another shot on goal for South Launceston. Is Stonehouse, Layla Stonehouse. So she's had a few attempts from this pocket. She has kicked the 1 goal. Siren is imminent here. Layla Stonehouse has popped this one through. So she's kicked 2 right on the siren of quarter time. It is a big lead to South Launceston. It's 13-5-83, leaving Longford yet to score. I'll run through those goal kickers, then we'll take a quick break here on the AFL Tas live stream. Georgia McGinty's got 2. Liana Freestone's got 1. Lucy Sulzberger got 1. Jazz Freestone's got 1. Sophie Dean's got 1. Chloe Martin's got 1. Layla Stonehouse has 2. Killy Morrison has the 1. Emily Williams has the 2. And Grace Weldon has 1 goal. We'll take a quick break here on the AFL Tas live stream. We'll be back with second quarter action up very soon. It is South Launceston with a very dominant lead early in this one at Youngtown. Has a chance for South Launceston to put them on the board early. Viney chips this one short into the corridor, and then she's found a player in Lucy Sulzberger. About 30 metres out directly in front. Sulzberger goes with the right. And it is through for the first goal by McGinty. Is offline to the right side, and one behind for Georgia McGinty. She opens her account. It's south of a wall up here, though. Kick towards goal by Freestone. Oh, it just drifts left. Jazz Freestone, they're hitting the board early here, South Launceston. It was good from Gillow. Gillow chips the ball forward. It's loose in the pocket. Bowls over a few. Here's a chance. Trickling footy. It's Williams down there on the line. Quick snap around the corner and goals. Emily Williams gets on the ball. Partially smothered. Right on the paint of 50 here for the Dogs. Another chance. Here's McGinty. Shoots it towards goal. Morrison. It's Keely Morrison gets it back there to Weldon. Weldon kicks up towards 50. Another opportunity here for South Launceston. Kicks towards goal. Was from Keely Morrison, and Morrison puts it through for a goal. Here in the first term. Quick kick out from Longford. Chance going to rebound back. Here's Georgie McGinty. McGinty comes off the side of the boot. Loose kick up forward. Chance here for Williams. Williams turns, snaps, and has kicked the goal. Emily Williams kicks her deep inside 50. Loose footy, clean bowls a few. Loose footy in the goal square. Dangerous one, this one. Here's Weldon. Weldon runs around the right, and it is in for a goal. So that is Grace Weldon. Pretty hot today. It's already got a goal and has a number of possessions. Keely Morrison kicks this one up inside 50 for South. Another opportunity there for South. Get you that goal kicker. That is a goal for South Launceston. Onto the 50 in the path of Lucy Sulzberger. Sulzberger gives a nice handball over the top to Sophie Dean. Sophie Dean lines it up from about 35 out, and Sophie Dean goes bang. Pops this one through. It is one-way traffic. Kicks inside. Goes towards the corridor, and she's found a teammate in Layla Stonehouse. Stonehouse doesn't hesitate, wheels and goes, finds a player loose in the square, pops this one through. That's Jazz Freestone. She gets on the board. Oh, it's nice. Let's go at it again. Can Longford clear this footy out of South Launceston's 50. Comes back there to Layla Stonehouse. Another shot from a very similar position where she had a go just moments ago, and this time she puts it through. So Layla Stonehouse ball over the top in the path of Madden. Madden falls to her feet. Here's a quick kick forward by Jazz Freestone. Freestone's kick goes over the back. Loose footy in the goal square. Socked through by Chloe Martin. Bang, and another one. Another Launceston shot on goal here through Georgia McGinty. McGinty from the pocket runs around, opens the angle up a little bit and pops it through. So McGinty has kicked her second. Resulting from a downfield free kick here. Layla Stonehouse has popped this one through. So she's kicked two right on the siren of quarter. Welcome back to the AFL Tas live stream. Matt Donaldson with you here at Youngtown Memorial Oval. This is South Launceston with a pretty sizable lead again in the second quarter. It is South Launceston 13-5-83, leading Longford yet to score. We're about to get underway with the second quarter. Yes, welcome back to AFL Tas live stream here. This game of South Launceston versus Longford. South Launceston 13-5-83, leading at Longford yet to score. So a big quarter there for South Launceston, 13 goals, 5. Quick stat check there, thanks to Lucas Donaldson, who's on the stats for us today. We've got the hit-outs really dominant there from South Launceston. It was 15-0. Clearances, South Launceston's way 7-4. The inside 50 count was 16-0. The marks inside 50, 7-0. The intercept marks 2-0, and the freeze for was 2 apiece. So we are underway in the second quarter. There's Oliver there with a quick tap down. Here's a chance for a quick soccer off the ground there for Longford. Can they get that ball moving up towards their 50? Quick ball out there for Sophie Dean. She's in the centre of the ground now. There's players around this footy. Doesn't seem to be coming out. It has squeezed out through Jazz Freestone. And a chance here moving the ball forward. That was Hannah Viney with a quick kick, and she's found a teammate in Liana Freestone. Freestone pops this one up, has found Hannah Viney. Hannah Viney takes the mark on a lead. About 35 metres out, straight in front. As Hannah Viney will take a set shot for goal. About 35 out, straight in front. Goes back, kicks this one up. Just going to drop just a touch short. Dangerous ball here for Longford. It's in the goal square. Tapped forward. Still a loose footy. Longford under pressure here to clear it out. It's a nice kick there by Thomas, trying to find some space, but it's only found Hayley Bruard. Bruard up towards goal. Bouncing footy in the pocket, and it's seen over there by Hodgetts for a rushed behind. So it's a behind added to the scoreboard there for South Launceston. South Launceston 13-6-84, leading Longford yet to score. So a chance for Longford here to clear this ball. And it's with Longford here in the back pocket through Lydia Holtz. Holtz kicks this ball up. Was on the defensive 50, but it's come back in via Bruard. Bruard, quick handball over the top to Freestone. Back to Bruard. Bruard, shot on goal. Goes through the wrong side of the highest post there. So Bruard opens her account this afternoon with one behind as South move through 13-7-85. Leading Longford yet to score. Chance for Longford here to clear this ball out through Sheehan. So Sheehan goes out wide. Intercept mark taken, and that intercept mark's been taken by Liana Freestone. So it's with Freestone. Moves his ball quickly back towards the square, and spilled out of the hands there of Sulzberger. Loose footy on the ground, and Hodgetts makes sure that she sees this one through for another rush behind for South Launceston. So some good defence here from Longford. Just a couple of rush behinds, chance to reset. And a chance to bring this footy out through Sheehan. So Sheehan plays on, kicks out towards the broadcast side. Comes off hands there, ends up in the hands of Bruard. Bruard with a sweeping ball forward. Loose footy, a couple of players around this one. The umpire is going to blow the whistle and say, give it to me. So we'll have a stoppage there just inside 54 South on the broadcast side of the ground. And Oliver in the ruck gets the chance to double fist this one down in the path of Keely Morrison. Morrison goes off the ground with a loose footy, but it's through to the right. One behind. Keely Morrison's got 1 goal 2 for this afternoon. We've been going 3 minutes in this second quarter. A chance for Longford to reset again. It's going to be Eden Sheen to bring this ball back into play, and it has been intercepted without leaving the 50 there. That was a nice intercept mark taken by Madden. Madden goes quickly, and she finds Freestone. Liana Freestone is marked. And a little bit closer this time around. She'll kick this one from about 25 out, directly in front. Liana Freestone. She's got the 1 goal already. And a chance to double her goal tally here. Here goes Freestone towards goal. And goes straight over the goal umpire's hat. Bang, 1 goal. So Liana Freestone, her second for the afternoon. We've been going almost 4 minutes in the second quarter. And it is South Launceston moving along, kicking the opening goal of this second quarter. And they move away on the scoreboard decently there at 14-9-93, leading Longford yet to score, and we've just clicked over 4 minutes in the second quarter. Back into the centre of the ground. Rucks will go at this again. Oliver again in the ruck, gets the double hand to it, straight down to Jazz Freestone. Freestone kicks this one up inside 50. Chance for Longford to clear. Nice tap on there. And we'll have a ball up. It was Paulina Matavidi with the tap on there, trying to get that player out into a teammate in some space. We go again with a ball up. On this occasion, Alexis Oliver takes it out of the ruck. Quick spin, gets a handball down to Freestone, and Freestone's popped this one up. And there's a mark inside 50 to Hannah Viney. So it'll be Hannah Viney. We'll have a shot on goal. We've got a nice view of this one from the commentary box. It's directly in front of us here. Hanavani from about 30 out, pops it up towards goal, straight over the goal umpire's hat. Hanavani opens her account. All that experience at South Launceston for Hanavani. She kicked the 1 goal last week. She's kicked the 1 goal this week as South Launceston move further ahead on the scoreboard. And a couple of goals in this quarter already to South Launceston. Just a quick recap of those goal kickers so far. 2 to McGinty, Freestone and Williams. And singles to Viney, Sulzberger, Freestone, Dean, Martin, Morrison and Grace Weldon. So plenty of goal kickers here for South Launceston. 15-9-99. We're approaching the ton, and it's the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. So a really dominant display here from South Launceston. 15-9-99 over Longford, yet to score. Oliver wins the tap down again. Only as far as Longford, though. They get a kick forward. Still in the centre square, though. Now a chance for the South Launceston to repel. Here is Weldon. Grace Weldon has this one in the centre square. Pops this one up. Has found a couple of dogs could raffle it there. In this occasion, it's Georgia McGinty who takes the mark. Another chance to go inside 50 for the Dogs. He runs around the player on the mark and puts this one inside 50 to a contest. Comes off hands. Chance to clear. There's been a free kick there. It was Emily Hogarth will be the recipient of this one from the Longford Tigers. Here's Emily Hogarth. She comes out towards the wing. Goes over the back of the players there. Grace Weldon swoops on it. Gets it back inside 50. Kicks inside 50. This is close to the boundary line. Oh, nicely kept in there. That was Keely Morrison keeping that ball alive. And it's trickling over the boundary line. It has gone over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw-in just outside 50 for South Launceston. We've been going 6.5 minutes of the second term. South Launceston, 15-9-99. Leading Longford, yet to score. And Morrison with a nice tap along the boundary line to keep that ball alive, but it did eventually trickle out. Ball goes over the back there, past Hodgetts. Loose footy, just inside the 50. Comes out, quick kick forward for Georgia Gillow. Georgia Gillow pops this one up into the hot spot. Chance to clear for Longford. It's nicely done there through Matavuti. She gets a quick ball out and has found a teammate there in Guttrell. This is Guttrell coming out to the broadcast side in front of us. Goes over a pack of players. Bouncing footy. Oh, a nice pick-up there by Gastini. It was a really nice one-handed pick-up. And gets the ball into a little bit of space here. Here's a chance for Longford. It's going to be Grace Clark running onto this one. Tries to pick up the loose footy. Clark's still there. Got a few dogs to deal with now. And South with a chance to clear that. They almost got that one inside 50 Longford, but it's going to come back out South Launceston's way. Quick pass on the wing. It's going to end up with Grace Weldon. Here's Weldon just with a little bit of time and space. Wheels onto the right, but it's going to be intercepted. Cut off there by Holes. Lydia Holes, one of those Longford Tigers that hasn't missed a game this year. Right in front of us on the broadcast side. Can Longford build from half back? Just asking the umpire, what about this? Chloe Martin was close to the mark there. No 50 paid. Kicks down towards the line. Comes off hands there of Jazz Freestone. Loose footy. Plays around it. Umpire deciding what he's going to do. Quick handball out for Longford. Comes the way of Jazz Freestone. Freestone, handball. Finds a player in Woods, and Woods chips this one along the wing. Here's Holes again. Holes gets this one forward, but only as far as Corbett for the Dogs. Chance through the centre, through McGinty. She's got a player on she wants in. Martin goes herself, has a bounce right in the centre. Pressure from Hogarth, gets around Hogarth, has a bounce. McGinty has another bounce. Goes towards the goal. This is Georgia McGinty. This will be some goal. It doesn't quite go through, but it doesn't matter because Layla Stonehouse is there on the line to make sure it does go through. She pops it through. She kicks a third. And that was some great running play there. Georgia McGinty through the centre of the ground. Took him on, run and carry with some bounce and a bit of style and flair. Gets it down. It looked for all money. It was going through for a goal. Just bounced up for Stonehouse to come in and pop it through. So they've cracked the ton, South Launceston. 105. 16-9, 105. We've been going 9.5 minutes of the second quarter. Longford yet to score. Quick stat check from Lucas Donaldson here beside me. South Launceston with the hit-outs 3-0. Clearances 4-1 this quarter. Inside 50s. South Launceston there 8-0. Marks inside 50s 5-0. Intercept marks 2 to South Launceston, and frees 4. Just the one free kick for Longford. Back in the centre of the ground, South Launceston have cracked the ton halfway through the second quarter, and they'll get the clearance again. Driving ball inside 50. Comes off hands. Play on, says the umpire. McGinty almost marked that. She's got time to recover. Run around and snap on the right. Snap on the right she does. And Georgia McGinty's kicked to third. She's kicked 3 goals, 1. And that scoreboard ticks over to 17 at 9, 111 for South Launceston. And it is all one-way traffic here for South as they've put a lot of scoreboard pressure early. As Madden comes off the ground, she's going to tag with Sophie Dean. Gets back onto the run. She's heading to the centre of the ground by the look of it. But yeah, 17-9, 111. Plenty of goal kickers for South Launceston. Got a couple on 3. Georgia McKinsey's got 3 and Layla Stonehouse has got 3. A couple of multiple goal scorers, 2 in Liana Freestone, who has the 2. And Emily Williams also has 2. Rucks go at it again. Alexis Oliver's been dominant in the ruck today. She wins this one straight down in the path of Freestone. That's Liana Freestone. And still a chance for South to get this one out. They have done. Gets it up towards centre half forward. Oh, that's a nice grab. Grab and play on. That was Jazz Freestone on that occasion. Finds a teammate. And they look to play on again. This is McGinty again. And McGinty has popped this one through. She's kicked 4. And that one-way traffic continues here at Youngtown. South Lonnie click over to 18 goals, 9, 117. And we're midway through the second quarter, so it is a bit one-sided here at Longford Memorial Ground. South Launceston really dominating. And they have put some scoreboard pressure on in this quarter for the Dogs. Longford, though, haven't dropped their heads. They've had a few clearances this quarter. Almost had it inside 50 moments ago. So it'll be important that they can try and get on the scoreboard in the remaining part of this first half of footy. But it's all one-way traffic. 18-9, 117, leading Longford yet to score. Rucks go at it again in the centre. Oliver gets the double fist up again, straight down to Milne. Milne comes out of her hands, got a loose footy in the centre of the ground. But again, South Launceston are going to break away here through Chloe Martin. Chloe Martin, sweeping handball, gets up, gets her own work there. Loose footy, and Liana Freestone's in there. Chance for Longford, there's Emily Hogarth again. She's getting a bit of the footy this quarter. Under the pack, Emily Hogarth's over there, and it's also Rani Milne is over the top of her as well. Umpire says, give it to me. We will have a ball up. 18-9, 117. To Longford yet to score. Ball goes up. Alexis Oliver been great in the ruck today. Gets it out. Hogarth gets a tap away. Once again, Liana Freestone on this occasion bursts through. Gets this one inside 50. Loose footy. Comes off a few there. Chance for Longford to clear this ball out. Can they get this ball outside of their defensive 50? Not quite. Because it ends up with Liana Freestone, who kicks this ball up, and she's going to find a teammate she has in Jazz Freestone. So the Freestones combining there. From one to the other, from Liana to Jazz, and Jazz Freestone has this ball about 40 out straight in front, and another chance for the Dogs. Freestone drives this ball deep. Oh, drives it really deep. She's put it through from about 40 out. Jazz Freestone has kicked her second goal, and as the South Launceston Bulldogs just continue their domination in this quarter of footy, in this half of footy, they've put up a pretty decent score already over the Longford Tigers. And it is South Launceston leading by quite some margin. It's 19-9, 123. We've been going 13 and a half minutes of the second quarter. Really like the work of Alexis Oliver in the ruck today. She has been dominant. Georgia McGinty is going great guns too. The Freestones also going really well. Lots of talent out on the ground as we look around, and they are playing really well here. South Launceston. Layla Stonehouse got the 3 goals as well. So lots of Dogs going really well. Quick hands again. Alexis Oliver gets that tap down. Another kick inside 50. They'll go again here, the Dogs. There's Georgia McGinty. Quick hands out there from Williams. Another chance here. Here's Grace Weldon. Grace Weldon snaps and has hit the post. So Grace Weldon hits the left goal post on that occasion. She's got 1 goal, 2. And a behind. It's going to be Eden Sheehan to bring this ball back in for the Longford Tigers. And she finds a player out wide in Lydia Hulls. So Lydia Hulls has this in the left back pocket. Short pass, finds a teammate, and she's done just that. In Parrish, she's found Susanna Parrish, left half back, kicks this ball down the wing, loose footy on that outer side. Chance for Longford, can they work this ball forward? Tackled and laid immediately there by Indy Ainsley. And umpire says, give it to me, we will have... Oh, free kick. So Pink holding the ball. So Indy Aisley with an opportunity here. Former Cressy student, Indiana Aisley, sends this ball down the wing, but it has been intercepted there by Sam Davies. So Sam Davies of South Launceston on the outer wing. Chance to put the Dogs back into attack. Short pass finds Freestone. This is Jazz Freestone. Centering kick in the centre of the ground. Loose footy. Comes off hands there. Chance for Longford. Quick handball out. Finds Hannah Viney. Here's Viney. Going to kick this one up inside 50. Comes off the Longford defender's hand there in... Oh, well done. Tackled straight away there by Lucy Sulzberger. That Longford defender was Matavuti again, getting a touch of the footy. And it is a bit of play on there, so there was a free kick initially given. Play on is the call, so free kick was taken pretty quickly. Here's Stonehouse. Layla Stonehouse goes around the corner. Kick partially smothered. Caitlin Lyons is in there for the Dogs. Quick handball out. Comes back to Stonehouse. Stonehouse doesn't quite shrug off the tackle. Holding the ball has been paid there. And that was a nice tackle laid there by Libby McGrath of Longford. Libby McGrath doesn't waste any time. She puts this into a bit of open space in the centre of the ground. Plenty of Dogs jumpers around this one, though. And the Dogs have got everyone out on this side. There's lots of loose players. It's a loose footy. The Dogs have got time to recover. And they do indeed through Georgia Gillow, who has a bounce, has a second bounce on the wing. Approaches 50. Centering ball. Looks a good one. And it is a good one. Finds Layla Stonehouse. Stonehouse has marked this footy 38 metres out, directly in front. She's got the 3 goals already. Stonehouse pops this one up and has been marked by Chloe Martin at the tip of the goal square, and a shove there from the Longford defender in Sheehan. So a little bit of frustration, and there's been a 50-metre penalty paid. So Chloe Martin will just pop this through from as close as you like, and she does just that. Chloe Martin kicks her second of the half, and South Launceston continue the domination with 20 goals kicked inside a half of footy. So huge lead here for the Longford Tigers. For the South Launceston Bulldogs, Longford Tigers yet to score. It's South Launceston, 20 goals, 10, 130, 17 minutes gone in the second quarter. Longford yet to score. Looking at Lucas Donaldson's stat sheet. Lucas, thank you for joining me this afternoon. Hit-outs are going South Launceston's way, 8-0. Clearances are 8-1. Inside 50s in this term, 14-0. Marks inside 50, 9-0. Intercept marks 3-0, and frees for 1 to South, and at 3-2 Longford. Chance for Longford here. Inside 50 for the first time in this match. Can Longford build? Loose footy on the ground here, about 45 out. Sweeping handballs out, has found a teammate in Madden. Madden with a chance to run this footy, but is caught holding the ball. Free kick for Longford. So a chance for Longford here through Gartrell. This is Sophie Gartrell. Pops this one up. Can they find a target? Off hands. Agostini was there, and a chance for the Dogs to repel, and they do, through Breward. This is Hayley Breward. Kicks a loose footy onto the wing. Bouncing ball. Keely Morrison is onto it, and she's kicked the ball forward and has found Layla Stonehouse. Stonehouse slips over, has time to get a quick handball away, but it will trickle out of bounds, and it'll be a Lasso free kick going the way of Paulina Matavuti right in front of us here for Longford. So Paulina Matavuti, chance to get Longford back into attack. They entered 50 there, but it was South Launceston who were able to repel and get this ball back out. Been going 8.5 minutes, so we're approaching half-time. Kicks the ball inboard and finds Lydia Holes. So Lydia Holes now for Longford. Can they build here in this last 90 seconds? Centering kick. So that's going to be chopped off there. Comes off Hannah Viney's hands. Goes back out. In the path of Sam Davies, who gets a kick forward. Loose footy in the centre of the ground. Picked up there by McGrath of Longford. Sweeping handball forward. Can Longford build in this last minute or so? Quick kick out for South. They're going to find a teammate. Bouncing footy. Went over Sophie Dean's head initially. She had time to recover and get a quick handball down to Alexis Oliver, which she's done. And then she's found Layla Stonehouse. Stonehouse with a ball inside 50. Comes off hands. Emily Hogarth working overtime down there to try and clear this ball out. She's tackled immediately by Lucy Sulzberger. The goal magnet, Lucy Sulzberger, kicked the 3 last week. She's on the board already this week. And umpire says, give it to me. We will have a ball up. And we do just that inside South Launceston's 50. About 30 out, directly in front. Danger ball for Longford. Can they hold on for the last 30 seconds or so for this quarter? Quick handball out finds Cody Thomas. Cody Thomas snaps around the corner and has found a teammate. She's done just that in Ebony Agostini. So Agostini takes the relieving mark. Good one too with about 20 seconds to go in the half of footy. Can Longford build here and just maintain some possession and deny South an opportunity? No, they can't, because intercept mark was taken by Sophie Dean. Sophie Dean on the cusp of 50. Danger signs here for Longford. Kick towards goal. Oh, it's hit the post. Layla Stonehouse right on the stroke of half-time. There it is, folks. There's the siren. A chance really late there for South Launceston, but they won't be too shattered because it is 20 goals 11, 131 to South Launceston, to Longford yet to score. Those goal kickers for South Launceston, 4 to Georgia McGinty, 3 to Lena Stonehouse, 2 to Liana Freestone, 2 to Jazz Freestone, 2 to Chloe Martin, 2 to Emily Williams, and singles to Viney, Sulzberger, Sophie Dean, Keely Morrison, and Grace Weldon. So a big lead here at the Youngtown Memorial Oval for South Launceston. It is South, 20 goals 11, 131, leading Longford yet to score. And I can see our boundary rider from City Park Radio is joining us, Chris Sayer. Chris, down on the ground. I'll cross down to you. What have you got for me, Chris?
Yeah, it's a nice day down here in the sun. The forecast maximum's 11 degrees. It's not that warm. Currently it's about 9 degrees down here. And a bit of a breeze across the ground, so it's favouring the wing, your end there, Matt. So yeah, a bit of a breeze, not much really to worry about. And the ground is in good nick. Remember last week we were here, and it was quite wet. Not muddy wet, but sort of heavy underfoot.
Yeah.
And the middle square up there was quite muddy.
Yep.
It looks a lot drier this week. Of course, we've had a nice dry week this week, so the ground's in good nick.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Chris. Looking at that middle patch of the ground, as we spoke about last week, it was quite muddy there, but it seems to have dried out really nicely.
Yeah, so it looks good for the senior game.
Yeah.
They'll have some good turf underneath. The grass is a bit long. It's always longer up here at Youngtown than it is, I guess we're spoiled at York Park, aren't we? But yeah, the ground's in good nick, so it's you got a feel for Longford, don't you? They're really are putting in. They're trying,
Absolutely,
aren't they?
yeah. Look, and there's been some shining lights in there through, Agostini's taken a couple of really nice grabs. I've seen Emily Hogarth work really hard, Indy Hainsley's worked really hard, and Sheen working hard in defence. And so they haven't dropped their heads at all, which is really good, Chris, considering the scoreline. But hopefully in that second half they can get themselves on the board.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, and they will learn from that first half. So.
Absolutely, Chris. Very good, thanks, mate. Well, we'll take a break on the AFL Tas live stream, but we'll be back with second half action not too long away.
This is a Tricky Beat production. This is a Tricky Beat production. This is a Tricky Beat production.
Welcome back to the AFL Tas live stream. Matt Donaldson here with you, live from Youngtown Memorial Oval. And I can tell you that it is South Launceston with a dominant lead at halftime. South Launceston 20 goals, 11, 131. Longford yet to get on the scoreboard. A quick stat check. Thanks to Lucas Donaldson, who's beside me doing some stats. Those totals to halftime. Hitouts, all South Launceston one-way traffic there, 23-1. Clearances, 15-6. Those inside 50s, 32-1. So you can see they've been pretty efficient when moving inside 50 because they've had 31 scoring shots from 32 inside 50s. Marks inside 50s, 17-0. Intercept marks, 6-0. And frees for 3 to South Launceston, 1 to Longford. And there's been the 150-metre penalty as well, which went South Launceston's way. We are about to get back underway, though, here with third quarter action for you from the Youngtown Memorial Oval. South Launceston v Longford Women, NTFA Premier League action, and we're away again. A quick tap down, and this is going to be South going straight inside 50 through Liana Freestone. Comes off hands there. It was nicely done. Emily Hogarth out there getting a hand on that one, perfecting the spoil, and it's going to be held up. It was Madden there who was tackled immediately, and we will have a ball up. So a quick inside 50 already for the Bulldogs. Umpire to throw this one up. Nice tap down. That was Jazz Freestone in the ruck on that occasion. Here's a chance coming up through South Launceston. That was Liana Freestone sweeping through, getting onto that one. She has kicked it behind to open South's account for this second half of footy. 20 goals, 12, 132. We're leading Longford yet to score. And a chance for Longford to bring this one back in through Sheehan. Sheehan played on, get a bit of distance. Quick kick off the pack there was Hulls. She gets this out to the wing. Loose footy out on that outer side. Big sweeping handball, missed a teammate, and it's a ground footy to be won. Players converge around this. That was Georgia McKinty who got a quick kick away, and it has been intercepted there by Longford. So a chance for Longford to build here off the half-back line. Long kick down towards the wing. Goes over hands there. Again, another chance. Here's Jazz Freestone. Ends up with her. She's going to kick this ball inside 50. Goes through the hands there of Alexis Oliver. Still a chance, though. Still a chance. Oh, and it has been rushed over for a behind for South Launceston. Lots of Bulldogs moving towards goal there. They had options aplenty, but it was smothered through for a rushed behind. So South Launceston move on to 20 goals, 13, 133, leading Longford yet to score. Chance for Longford to bring this ball back in through Sheehan. She's gone long, but it's been intercepted by Liana Freestone. Takes the intercept grab, plays on straight away, comes through hands. Lots of Bulldogs around this footy. Quick kick off the ground there. That was through Georgia Gillow, and Georgia Gillow opens her account. Quick snap around the body, got onto that loose footy, and has popped it through for a goal for South Launceston. So South Launceston with their 21st goal, 21-13, 139. Leading Longford yet to score. We've been playing 2 minutes in the third quarter. Those early stat check for Lucas Donaldson. Thanks, Lucas. Hitouts 2 for South. Clearances 1. Inside 50s 2-0. Marks inside 50 1 to South. Intercept marks 1 apiece for early stages of this third quarter. Back into the centre of the ground. Umpire about to do business again. Throws the ball up. Loose footy to be won. That's Hannah Viney. Runs around on the right. Gets this ball into a bit of a space on the wing. That is Madden in hot pursuit of this footy, and she has the time and space to pick it up. Gets onto a right boot. Kicks it inside 50. Here's a chance for Oliver. Oliver having a spell up forward. Kicks it towards goal, and it's going to trickle out of the bounds in the right forward pocket. So a little bit of movement there. Oliver starting up forward at the start of this half. Has been dominant in the ruck so far. A lot of double taps down to teammates. And it is going to be a boundary throw-in deep inside South Launceston's attacking 50. About 10 metres around from the behind post. Comes in, Oliver in the ruck, does that double tap again, gets it down to a teammate in McGinty, and McGinty has popped this one through, and she's kicked 5. It's a bit nice ruck craft there from Alexis Oliver. The double tap down, found its way to McGinty, and she runs through, sweeps in, and kicks the goal. Kicks her 5th goal, and South Launceston have 22. So 22 on the board. She's the leading goal kicker on the ground, is Georgia McGinty. She has kicked the 5. 5 goals, 1. And South Launceston kick it further away on the scoreboard. Here this afternoon it is 22-13, 145. Longford yet to score. We've been playing just over 4 minutes in the third quarter. As Chris Sayer mentioned, it is a beautiful day here at Longford. A little bit chilly, but that sun is shining. And certainly very nice. It's currently 10.1 degrees. We go back again in the centre. Taken cleanly out of the ruck there on this occasion for South. That was through Grace Weldon, gets it forward. Tackle laid straight away there by Georgia McGinty. This is just inside 50 for the Bulldogs. Sweeping handball, finds Liana Freestone. Freestone pops this one up, goes through hands, loose footy. Longford defenders under pressure here. Here's a chance for South. Still right there in the goal square for South Launceston. Loose footy to be won. Lots of Dogs jumpers get around this. Picked up, quick sweeping handball over the top. Snap for goal by Georgia McGinty. Has gone through to the near side, so that's a behind. She has kicked 5 goals, 2. And South move along to 22-14, 146. Eden Sheehan to bring this ball back in for the Longford Tigers. Can they build from defence and get this ball inside 50? And Eden Sheehan plays on again, gets a little bit of territory and pops this up out towards the wing. Comes off hands, whistle's been blown. Emily Hogarth there for an arm chop. Quick free kick for South Launceston. This ball living in South Launceston's 50 again. Tackled immediately there was the number 23 in Matavudi from Longford. Play on though, managed to get a kick away. Longford Tigers under pressure here trying to clear this footy. Now they've got a chance. Kicks it back into the centre of the ground. Here's Indy Ainsley running onto this ball. Picks up the loose ball. Handball was intercepted though by Woods, Michaela Woods. Quick kick around the body, but it's found a Longford player in Lisa McDonald, one of those Tigers that hasn't missed a game this year. So Lisa McDonald has this ball at centre half back. Chips up towards the wing. Intercept mark taken. This time through Madden. So Madden has this ball. Kicks it up towards the 50. She's found a teammate. Plays on straight away. Gets this deep. There's Dogs everywhere. Raffle it off if you like. And it's McGinty who's kicked 6. Had 3 players there. The Dogs in the goal square on their own. A quick handball over the top. A quick kick over the top has found those 3 players. And it is McGinty who's popped it through. She's kicked 6 goals. 6 goals 2 has Georgia kicked this afternoon. Fantastic emphasis. The Dogs make some of the changes here with Hannah Viney coming off and Chloe Martin going back on the ground. A few rotations in there, the Dogs. But what a great goal. Great goal by Georgia McGinty. Quick kick in. Like I said, there was 3 Dogs players there on their own in the square. Could have raffled it between them, and they've popped this one through. So South Launceston move on to 23-14, 152. We've been going 7 minutes in this third quarter. Quick stat check. Thank you very much, Lucas Donaldson. Hit outs the way of South Launceston 4-0. Clearances 3-0. Another go in the ruck there. So Jazz Freestone in the ruck this half. Got the tap down. Quick handball there by Corbett. Out into loose footy and ends up back with Jazz Freestone. Freestone right in the centre of your Youngtown Memorial Oval. Gets this kick out wide and she's found a teammate in Lucy Sulzberger who takes the mark on a nice lead. Wheels and goes. Gets it deep inside 50. Mark taken. It's Georgia McGinty again who plays on straight away and misses to the left. So she's kicked 6 goals 3. Has Georgia this afternoon as South Launceston tick over to 23-16, 154. We've been playing 8 minutes in this third quarter and all one-way traffic so far for South Launceston. They lead by 153 points. 8 minutes gone is third quarter. Chance again. Eden Sheen to bring this footy in. She has done all afternoon. Has played on and then looked for some distance, but it's actually gone out of bounds on the full, so resulting in a free kick for South Launceston. Quick kick back to the corridor and has found a teammate, and that's been a mark by Georgia McGinty. She is dominating, absolutely dominating. It was Georgia Gillow who took the free kick, and she wasted no time at all to get this in Georgia McGinty's hands, and she will have a shot for goal about 20 out, straight in front, going for goal number 7. McGinty has popped this one through. I think it's a little left, but the goal umpire likes it. She's kicked 7. 7 goals 3 has Georgia McGinty in a best on ground performance so far when you're getting those opportunities. 7 goals 3. It's had 10 shots on goal, and South Launceston have kicked their 24th goal. So it's 24-15, 159 to Longford yet to score. This is a bit of a dominant display by the South Launceston Bulldogs with lots of contributors. They've had 12 different goal kickers on the score sheet here for South Launceston. So an An even contribution around the ground, but of course dominating is George McGinty, who has kicked the 7 goals, 3. We've been going 9 minutes in this third term. 24-15, 159. Back into the centre. Rucks go at it again. It was Jazz Freestone on that occasion. Gets it down. There's been a whistle and holding the ball call. And it will be a Longford free kick in the centre of the ground. And it will be Gattro who will take this one. Goes out wide, trying in search of a player there in Cornell. Goes past her. Another chance for South Launceston to rebuild. Quick kick up towards the 50. Here she is again, Georgia McGinty. Picks this one up near the boundary line. Not quite. The ball beats her on this occasion. And is it on the paint of 50? What's the umpire's call? Will it be a throw-in or a lasso? It must just be inside 50 as we'll have a ball in on the outer side there. So just in front of the scoreboard. 10 minutes gone in the third quarter. Boundary throw-in right on the paint of 50 for the Bulldogs. Quick tap down from Freestone. Centering ball has found a teammate in Stonehouse, and Layla Stonehouse has taken the mark. About 40 out. Slight angle. Looks to give it on, and she does. She finds a teammate in space, and she has. Found Keely Morrison. So Morrison found herself in a bit of space inside the forward line. Runs on this one, takes a nice chest mark there. So Keely Morrison with a chance to add to her tally. She's kicked 1 goal, 2 so far. We've gone 10.5 minutes in this third quarter. And it's going to be Keely Morrison from the pocket. Here's Morrison, goes towards goal, and they like it. The goal umpire did not have to do much work there. Goes over his hat. Keely Morrison's got 2. She adds to her tally. 2 goals, 2 for Morrison. And South Launceston yet again move away on the scoreboard in this dominant display from the Bulldogs. So it is one-way traffic here at Youngtown Memorial Oval. South Launceston, goal number 25. 25-15, 165, with Longford yet to score. Positive for Longford, they have not dropped their heads. They're having a red-hot crack out there, and hopefully they can build something here in this remaining quarter and a bit and get on that scoreboard. Rucks go out again, back in the centre. And again, it was Jazz Freestone in the ruck on that occasion. Quick hit forward up towards the 50, comes off hands, loose footy, ends up with Georgia Gillow there. Georgia Gillow gives a quick handball off to find Woods. Michaela Woods drives this one inside 50. Mark taken. And on this occasion, it is Liana Freestone. Freestone wheels and goes straight away into the pocket. Loose footy. Alexis Oliver is down there. Here's another chance for South. And popped in towards goal. I think it was the number 19 there in Rani Milne. Chloe Martin adds to her tally. Apologies to Chloe. Chloe Martin, number 13 it was. Chloe Martin's kicked 3. So 1 from the pocket. Chloe Martin, 3 goals. They've kicked their 26th goal. Except it was a behind. Thank you very much, Lucas Donaldson, for that heads up. It was Chloe Martin who has kicked a behind. So just the behind on that occasion for South. And brought back in through Longford. It was Sheen again. And it's come off hands. We'll have a boundary throw-in right in front of that scoreboard. South Lonnie, 25-16, 166. Longford yet to score. Boundary throw-in. Rucks go at it. Comes off hands. Chance for Longford to clear. Quick handball up. Finds Lydia Holes. Lydia Holes throws it on the boot. Gets it out towards the wing. Comes off hands again. There's plenty of dogs around this footy. Sweeping handball there from Gillow. Has found a teammate in Brouard. They're going to go and get inside 50 here, the Dogs. There's a loose footy. Nice bump laid there. Quick kick forward. Longford under pressure. Coming through is McGinty. She throws it on the boot. Pops it up towards the pocket. Loose footy. Close to that boundary line. Handball over the top there was from Alexis Oliver, who's spending a bit of time up forward in this half. And we'll have another boundary throw in just a couple of metres around from the right behind post. So South Launceston winning the territory battle here in the third quarter as well. Boundary throw-in deep inside attack for South Launceston. Oliver comes off her hands. A chance there. A high free kick there to Liana Freestone. I think it will be, yes. Just taken high. Longford used the opportunity to bring some changes here. So Lydia Holes has just come off the ground, perhaps under the blood rule. But, shot on goal goes across the face. That's from Liana Freestone. And it's gone right across the face. Out of bounds on the full in the pocket. So it'll be Tennille Hodgetts to bring this footy back in at left fullback in that back pocket. And she kicks up towards the defensive 50 paint. That's a nice grab. Good grab from Longford there. Sweeping footy back into the middle of the ground. Drops the mark initially, does Matavudi, but time to recover and get it away, get it a little bit further away from the Dogs' goal. Chance for Longford to clear here. And it's going to rebound back inside South's 50. Loose footy. Oliver's there. Oliver throws the boot on it and goes for a goal. Good goal in the pocket. It was Alexis Oliver who kicked that one. She opens her account, spending a bit of time in the forward pocket. Rucked really well in the first half and now spending some time down forward. And she's got the goal there, so she opens her account. She's got the one goal, Alexis Oliver, so adds to the goal tally. They've got 13 individual goal kickers, South Launceston, and it has been a bit of a dominant display. Wheeling in the changes there. Keely Morrison comes off for a spell. Tags with Madden. Madden's back on the ground. And that score is 26-16, 172. Leading Longford yet to score. Nice goal from the pocket there for Alexis Oliver. Back in the centre, we've been going almost 16 minutes in the third quarter, so we're approaching three-quarter time. And it was Lucy Sulzberger in the ruck. No, it wasn't. It was Jazz Freestone. Forgot the tap down. Another ball inside 50 here for South Launceston. Kick towards goal. And it is gone through for a behind. Good work, Rick, there from, it was Liana Freestone who kicked that one. So it adds to her tally. She's kicked 2 goals too. Sheehan to bring this footy back in for Longford. Takes a bit of territory and then throws it on the right. Tries to get it away from that Bulldogs goal. Goes through Emily Hogarth's hands initially. She swoops on it, tackled straight away. How will the umpire see this? Holding the footy. So another chance again for the Dogs through Jazz Freestone. So Freestone has this ball about 50 out, pops it up towards the square, goes over the back, loose footy, Longford, chance to rebound. And they've got a player there in Hodgetts initially, bouncing footy on the wing just in front of us here on the broadcast side. Good hands there from Rani Milne, but that was intercepted. Here's a red-hot chance for Longford. Longford through Cody Thomas is leading this race. But it was Grace Gillow in, put the body on the line and made sure that footy didn't go inside Longford 50. Repelling it out through Hayley Brouard. Brouard chips it out towards the wing and she's found a teammate in Jazz Freestone right in front of the broadcast booth here. Jazz Freestone for South Launceston has the footy. Almost 17 minutes gone in this third quarter. Freestone, short pass, finds that player in Madden. Just freshly onto the ground, Madden, coming off the bench. So Madden goes long. Lots of hands, comes off hands, sweeping handball, finds Chloe Martin. Martin from the pocket, touches the ball on the ground, keeps going, has a look around. Martin goes towards goal, goes over the back, loose footy. Right there for South Launceston. Could be a goal, should be a goal, and it is a goal to Emily Williams. She's kicked her third. Bit of time and space there for Emily Williams to get around a couple of Longford defenders and has popped the goal through. Emily Williams has kicked 3. And again, South Launceston boot away on the scoreboard. This is going to be a sizable win for them today. And it has been all one-way traffic for the South Launceston Bulldogs, really dominating the territory battle with Longford yet to go inside 50. A quick stat check, thanks to Lucas Donaldson, who's beside me here on the stats. Hit-outs 11-0, South Launceston's way. Clearances, South Launceston's way. The inside 50s, 12-0 in this quarter. Marks inside 50s, 7-0 this quarter. Intercept marks 2 apiece. Frees 4. South Launceston have the 4 and Longford have 2. 27 goals kicked to three-quarter time here. 27-17, 179. Again, quick kick out of the centre. Goes towards the South Launceston's 50. Loose footy. Here is Freestone kicking this ball up towards goal. Danger signs. Here's Stonehouse. Layla Stonehouse strolls into an open goal and has kicked it. Another one for South Launceston. Stonehouse has 4 goals 2, and South Launceston put their 28th goal on the board. Layla Stonehouse gets onto that loose footy, had the time and space and ran into the open goal and popped it through. So Layla Stonehouse, 4 goals 2 is her tally for this afternoon. Georgia McGinty is still the leading goal kicker on the ground. She's kicked 7 goals 3. Layla Stonehouse has 4. 3 to Emily Williams, 2 to Freestone, 2 to Martin, 2 to Keely Morrison, and singles to Viney, Sulzberger, Dean, Gillow, Oliver, and Grace Weldon. So lots of South players getting in on the goal-kicking action. Rucks go at it back in the centre. Taken out of the ruck there by Freestone. She gets a quick handball off. Here's another kick inside 50 for South. Goes through hands. Another chance here. Oh, it'll be another goal coming up for South Launceston. And it is Liana Freestone on that occasion. Has popped it through for South Launceston. She's kicked 3 now. And that was quick work from the centre. Straight from the centre clearance. Down kick inside 50. And another opportunity there for South Launceston. So they really are dominating this one. And have put up a number of goals on the ground. And with three-quarter time approaching, can Longford just stem this flow a little bit? 29 goals, 17, 191, leading Longford yet to score. It is a dominant display from South Launceston. Almost three-quarter time here at South. About 10 seconds to go or so in this third quarter. But 29 goals up on the board. 29, 17, 191. Back in the centre of the ground. And there it is. There's the siren. 29 goals, 17 at 191, leading Longford yet to score. Quick recap of those goal kickers before we have a break. Georgia McKenty, she's the leading goal scorer on the ground. She's got 7 goals, 3 has Georgia. Lella Stonehouse has the 4, 3 to Liana Freestone, 3 to Emily Williams, 2 to Keely Morrison, and singles to Hannah Viney, Lucy Silsberger, Sophie Dean, Georgia Gillow, Alexis Oliver and Grace Weldon. Three-quarter time here at Youngford Memorial Oval. We'll have a quick break and then we'll cross down to Chris Sayers shortly. Unless you want to have a quick chat now, Brett, we'll have a chat before the fourth quarter starts. Chris is going to do some detective work on the boundary for us. Thank you very much to Chris Sayer. We'll take a quick break here on the AFL Tas live stream. It is South Launceston leading by 191 points. He has popped this one through and she's kicked 5. So Madden has this ball, kicks it up towards the 50. She's found a teammate. Plays on straight away, gets this deep. There's dogs everywhere. Raffle it off if you like. And it's McGinty who's kicked 6. Had 3 players there in his hands. And she will have a shot for goal about 20 out, straight in front, going for goal number 7. McGinty has popped this one through. I think it's a little left, but the goal umpire likes it. She's kicked 1 goal 2 so far. We've gone 10.5 minutes in this third quarter. And it's going to be Keely Morrison from the pocket. Here's Morrison, goes towards goal, and they like it. The goal umpire did not have to do much work there. Goes over his hat. Keely Morrison, rebound back inside South's 50. Loose footy. Oliver's there. Oliver throws the boot on it, and goes for a goal. Good goal in the pocket. It was Alexis Oliver who kicked that. Look around. Martin goes towards goal. Goes over the back. Loose footy. Right there for South Launceston. Could be a goal, should be a goal, and it is a goal to Emily Williams. She's kicked her 3rd. Bit of time in 50. Loose footy. Here is Freestone kicking this ball up towards goal. Danger signs. Here's Stonehouse. Layla Stonehouse strolls into an open goal and has kicked it. Another one for South Launceston. Stonehouse has 4. Taken out of the ruck there by Freestone. She gets a quick handball off. Here's another kick inside 50 for South. Goes through hands. Another chance here. Oh, it'll be another goal coming up for South Launceston. And it is Liana Freestone on that occasion. Has popped it through for... Welcome back to Youngtown Memorial Oval. Three-quarter time here with South Launceston leading by 191 points, 29-17, 191 to Longford yet to score. I can see Chris Sayer out there on the boundary. City Park Radio's very own Chris Sayer. Hello, Chris. What have you got for us from the boundary? I'll turn you on there, Chris. Go
That's
again.
fair.
That's which I've got you now. Thank you.
Let's not forget the Longford are playing without an interchange bench here.
Yep.
That Longford player came off with a blood nose. She came off. The trainers stemmed the flow, and then she went straight back on the field again. So it just goes to show with an interchange bench, you know, that you can rest players, and these Longford girls have been playing all day.
Yeah, it's a great effort, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
And, like, they haven't dropped their heads. They've given 100%.
And there's a lot of tired players in that Longford
Yeah,
huddle.
absolutely. It was Lydia Holes who came off with a blood nose there during the third quarter. And like you said, Chris, they don't have anyone to go back out there, so they essentially played for a few minutes with a player down.
Yeah. So it's a shame, but we've got 1 quarter to go.
Yeah, we do. Thank you very much, Chris Sayer, for joining us there from the boundary. Matt Donaldson with you here on the AFL Tas live stream. The South Launceston 29-17, 191. Leading Longford yet to score. A quick stat check thanks to Lucas Donaldson. Hit out South dominating 37-1. Clearances 29-7. Inside 50s 46-1. Marks inside 50s is 24-0. Intercept marks 8-2. And those frees for 7-9 to three-quarter time. But we are away here in the last quarter at Youngtown Memorial Oval. And it's a chance for South Launceston there. Swooping handball out on the outer wing. And moving this ball forward there. And it's found a player in Caitlin Lyons. So Lyons just outside 50 is going to send this one to centre half forward. Underneath it there was Chloe Martin, went over her head. Bashed forward there by the Longford defender. Loose footy right on the paint of 50. Nice toe poke off the ground there by Hayley Bruard. Keeps this ball moving inside 50 for South. Keely Morrison's in there trying to get a quick handball out. She's still there, Keely. Still there, Keely. Picks it up, kicks towards goal. And has kicked the goal. So Keely Morrison opens the account in the fourth quarter here for South Launceston. She's kicked a third. 3 goals, 2 for Keely Morrison. And South Launceston put their 30th goal on the board early in this last quarter. And it is South Launceston dominating this one from Youngtown. Keely Morrison there kicks her third goal. 3 goals, 2 for her this afternoon. And it just kept on moving that ball forward, and she was right there at that contest, Keely Morrison, waiting for that footy to spill out, and she did. Pounced on it, got around a couple of Longford defenders, and popped it through. So back to the centre of the ground. We've been going just the 1 minute in this last quarter. South have already popped one on the board. And it is a dominant display from South Launceston this afternoon. 30 goals on the board. Rucks go again. Jazz Freestone gets up high, gets the quick tap down. Here's Chloe Martin again. Sweeping handball out. Another look at inside 50 for the Dogs. Almost intercept mark there to Tennille Hodges. She has time to recover though and throws the boot on it. Gets it outside 50. But only as far as Madden. So Madden to send this one back inside 50. Caitlin Lyons there. Wheels and goes straight away. Gets this up to a dangerous position. Caitlin Lyons. Here's Alexis Oliver. Quick tap back. Finds a player in Sulzberger. Sulzberger snaps for a behind. And it is a behind there for the Dogs. For Emily Williams. Williams with that behind. So another one for South Launceston. 30-18, 198. Even Sheen to bring this ball back into play, and she does just that and finds a teammate in Cody Thomas. Cody Thomas takes the grab there at right half back. Thomas sends this one out towards the wing just in front of us here. Comes off the hands of Jazz Freestone initially, but a chance to repel and go again. Loose handball out, finds Sophie Dean. Sophie Dean pops this up inside 50, but a good intercept mark taken there, and it goes back to where it came from. So Cody Thomas to take the kick. Gets this one outside 50. Toe poke forward by Corbett. Ends up with Thomas again. She goes out towards the wing this time. Goes through the hands there of Longford. It's a loose footy. Swept out there by Corbett. Gets a handball out. She finds Liana Freestone. Freestone pops this one up. Dangerous ball here for Longford. Lurking around. Here's a quick snap from Georgia McGinty. Bouncing footy. Which way will it bounce? Took the leg break and has gone through for a behind. So Georgia McGinty has kicked 7 goals for. Chance to add to her tally. 7 goals for George McGinty. And South move on to 30-20, 200. So they've cracked the 200 3 minutes into this last quarter. Ball comes out for Longford. Here's Hulse. Loose footy right on the paint of 50 for South. Liana Freestone swoops on it, kicks it up towards a dangerous position. Top of the square. Loose footy. Sheehan got a hand on it. It is Georgia Gillow there, trying to keep this ball alive, but it's going to trickle out about 25 metres around from the right behind post. And 30-19, 199 is the score. Leading by 199 points, South Launceston. Boundary throwing, goes over the back. Quick hands was Oliver there. Quick hand to it, play on says the umpire, hasn't gone the required. Guttrell gets onto it for Longford to try to clear this ball out, but it's going to end back up forward for the Dogs, and it trickles over to the right behind post. We'll have a boundary throw in. Right behind post. Rick was too quick for me on that last behind. He's already clicked it over, so it was 199. 30 goals, 19, 199 to South Launceston. Boundary throw-in, just a couple of metres around from the right behind post for South. So we're deep inside South's 50. Alexis Oliver gets the double hands to it, gets her own footy, gets around one tackle, gets around two, gets a handball out, tries to find Keely Morrison, which she does. Morrison's ball comes off hands. Loose footy here, half forward for the Dogs. Guttrell is in there for Longford. There's been a whistle, and it will be Sophie Guttrell there to get the relieving free kick for Longford. So can Longford clear this ball out and hit the scoreboard in the last quarter? Guttrell's kick comes outside 50. Plenty of Dogs lining up there, including Sophie Dean. Sophie Dean handballs forward, finds a teammate in Chloe Martin. Chloe Martin straightens them up, kicks up towards the square. Mark taken, play on, that's a goal. Georgia Gillow adds to the party. She's kicked two now. So Georgia Gillow, that's the 31st goal for South Launceston. And Georgia Gillow's got 2 goals. Now they've cracked the 200. It'll be 31-19, 205. We've gone 5.5 minutes of the last quarter here from Youngtown Memorial Oval. And you can probably see on the stream it is a beautiful day here at Youngtown. Sun's out. It's a tick over 10 degrees. But lovely conditions for footy, and that ground has dried out very, very well from that rain we had the previous week. So 205, South Launceston have cracked 205. 31 goals, 19 behinds. Been going almost 6 minutes in the last quarter. Back in the centre, rucks go up. Jazz Freestone gets her own footy on that occasion, just runs through, kicks it up towards 50. Mark coming up here for the Bulldogs, you bet it is. Chloe Martin takes the grab, centre half forward, about 40 out. Looks to go long. She's going to go towards the square. Chloe Martin unloads from about 40 out. Gets this to the top of the square. Loose footy. Chance for Longford to clear. Quick clearing kick, but it's going to be intercepted there. Comes off hands of Jazz Freestone. She has the time to recover. Finds Liana Freestone. Here's a chance coming up. It's Georgia McGinty. Touch footy. It's right on the line. Dangerous ball for Longford here. And it's through for a rush behind. Whoa, that was close there. Great defensive work from Longford to get that ball over the line. Looked to be a certain goal for South. Alexis Oliver has a bit of a chuckle there. It was pretty close to a goal, but a chance for Longford to bring this out. Eden Sheehan does, as she's done for all of today. Brings it out to the broadcast side, takes a little bit of territory, and sinks the slipper into it. Tries to get this one outside of 50. It hasn't left the 50 yet. Hayley Brouard lurking. Brouard up towards goal. Oh, and it's hit the post. Looked good, that kick from Hayley Brouard, but it is cannon into the goal post. Another behind for South Launceston. They move on to 31-21, 207. Sheehan to bring this ball back into play. She does just that. Passes it outside defensive 50 on this occasion. Tackled straight away there was Grace Gillow. Loose footy. Right half back. Quick handball out for Longford. Can they clear this area? No, they can't. Grace Gillow's picked it up. Quick hands. Finds Liana Freestone. Freestone. Loose footy inside 50 again. Can Longford clear this ball? There's been a decision. Is it holding the ball decision? Yes, it is. It's going to be a free kick. And it's going the way of Caitlin Lyons. So it was a holding the ball decision there. And it's gone against Cody Thomas on that occasion. Just over the footy and was tackled. And in fact, the free kick is going to Alexis Oliver. Umpire's just changed the play there. It's going to be Alexis Oliver to take this free kick. She's about 20 out. Slight angle. Oliver. And the kick goes through on the right-hand side. Alexis Oliver's kicked 1 goal, 1 today with that behind, taking South Launceston to 31-22, 208. We've been going 8 minutes in the last quarter. Sheehan to bring this ball back in for Longford. Again, takes some territory and tries to drive this ball long. Goes through hands there on this occasion. Still a loose footy, a dangerous one for Longford. Plenty of Dogs jumpers getting around this. Here's Liana Freestone has picked up this ball. Quick snap around the corner. Goes to the goal square and it's been marked. And it's a great mark there by Georgia Gillow. Gillow has marked about 10 metres out, slight angle, and a chance for Georgia Gillow. She's got 2 already. Chance for her to kick her 3rd this afternoon and extend that margin for South Launceston. Georgia Gillow leans back on the kick, goes the wrong side of the behind post. So behind for Georgia Gillow. She's kicked 2 goal 1. And South move through to 31-23 209, leading by 209 points midway through the last quarter. Sheen again to bring this ball back. And it's going to trickle off hands there and go out of bounds just inside the paint of 50 for the Dogs. So boundary throw in midway through the last quarter here from Youngtown. South lead by 209 points. Be a boundary throw in just inside 50 for the Dogs. Umpire throws the ball up. Freestone was first to get to it, the double fist down, and she's found Stonehouse. Stonehouse with a centering ball. Goes towards the square. Loose footy. Alexis Oliver's hot in pursuit, and she sees it out of bounds in the opposite pocket. So we'll have another boundary throw-in. Looks to be young Spencer Smith out there doing some boundary umpiring, and he's going to bring this ball back into play. And he does just that. Spencer Smith sends it up high. Alexis down, quick hands down. A chance here for South. Kick towards goal, goes across the face. That was Chloe Martin, and we'll have another boundary throw in the opposite pocket. So we've gone pocket to pocket, back to the original pocket, right forward pocket for the Dogs, with another boundary throw in midway through this last quarter, just tick past the 10-minute mark. So less than 10 minutes to go in this one. South Launceston are home with a big win, 209 they lead by at this stage. Hodgetts throws it on the boot, gets out of the danger area for now. Loose footy here at half forward for the Dogs. Martin there sweeps on it, gets a handball off to Freestone. Freestone goes towards goal, and Liana Freestone puts it through. She's kicked 4 goals to Liana Freestone. She's kicked 4 goals too today. So a few of them that kicked 4. Liana Freestone and Layla Stonehouse have both kicked 4. George McKinty, she's kicked 7. Keely Morrison has kicked 3. Emily Williams has kicked 3. Doubles to Georgia Gillow and Jazz Freestone, and singles to Hannah Viney, Hayley Brewer, Lucy Sulzberger, Sophie Dean, Alexis Oliver, and Grace Wilden all have 1 each. But that's the 32nd goal for South Launceston, so a massive score here for South. 32-23, 215. We've gone 11 minutes of the last term. Quick score, stat check, thanks Lucas Donaldson. Those hit-outs all South Launceston's way, 9-0 at this point. Clearances 3-1. Back underway in the centre. It's a loose footy for half forward for South. I'll come back to those stats in a minute, Lucas. Quick ball inside 50. Partially tackled here is Chloe Martin again to have a look at him. Chloe Martin pops his heart up towards the square. Mark initially dropped there, but it's still right there for the Dogs. Loose footy in the goal square. Dangerous one. Loose ball. Can they get it across? Yeah, they do. It's Hodgetts with a diving effort there to make sure that ball was rushed. So a rush behind to South Launceston as they move on to 32-24, 216. Sheen to bring the ball back in for Longford as she's done for all of the day. And she finds a teammate there with a nice diving mark in Holtz. So Lydia Holtz gets onto that one. Takes the diving mark forward. And a teammate out there on the wing, that's the number 25 in Cornell. It's dropped the mark initially, had a bit of time to recover, but it's going to repel back inside 50 here for the Dogs. And it is Liana Freestone with this footy, centering kick. She's found Caitlin Lyons. Lyons goes for goal, and Caitlin Lyons, she kicks her first, so she's joined the party as well. Caitlin Lyons kicks her first for the afternoon. That is the 33rd goal for South Launceston. Absolutely raining goals here at Youngtown for South. 33 goals kicked. And in terms of individual goal kickers, 15 individual goal kickers for South Launceston, so plenty of them joining the party as Liana Freestone comes off for the spell. She tags with the goal kicker, George McGinty, who runs back onto the ground. George has got 7 goals for. But fair to say, Rick up here on the scoreboard has been pretty busy this afternoon. 33 goals, 33-24, 2-2-2. And we've gone 13 minutes in the final quarter. Back to the centre. Rucks go at it again. There's Lisa McDonald in the ruck there for Longford, but it's going to go South Launceston's way. Has a bounce. Does Layla Stonehouse sends this one inside 50. Loose footy. A couple of players around this one, not coming out just yet. Longford player tackled immediately. The umpire says, give it to me. We will have a ball up. It's Alexis Oliver laying a tackle there. So we'll have a ball up about 25 metres out from South Launceston's goal. They lead by 222 points. Alexis Oliver gets the tap down. Dangerous footy here for Longford because it's a loose ball. Grace Gillow gets onto this one. Hodgetts gets a handball out, trying to clear it for Longford. Comes back, but only as far as Oliver. Handball's off to McGinty. McGinty goes for goal, and she has kicked it. She's kicked 8. So Georgia McGinty, she has kicked 8 goals for this afternoon for South, and that's goal number 35 for South Launceston. Absolutely raining goals here at Youngtown for South this afternoon. 35 goals kicked as Georgia McGinty pops her 8th through. She's only just gone onto the ground too, got back onto the ground, and she's kicked goal number 8. 8 goals for Georgia this afternoon. That score ticks over to 34-24 to 28, leading by 228 points, 15-minute mark of this last quarter. Credit to Longford, they haven't dropped their heads, been trying really hard all afternoon, as Chris Sayer mentioned. Basically, they've got no interchange bench, so those players are out there absolutely giving it all for the Longford Tigers this afternoon. Not their afternoon today, but no one's dropped their heads out there. They're still having a red-hot crack. Ruck comes out, it comes down to a loose footy. Another chance for South Launceston, moving this up forward. That's a nice grab there by that goal kicker, Georgia McGinty. She takes this one just outside 50. She'll send it towards the top of the goal square. Loose footy here for South Launceston. That's Alexis Oliver. She did a good job on the right. Gets a quick handball down towards Caitlin Lyons. And Caitlin Lyons, she's kicked bang bang. She's kicked 2 goals in this quarter. Caitlin Lyons continues her party. She's kicked 2 goals. And that's South Launceston's 35th goal of the afternoon as they canter away with this one, South Launceston. And it has all been one-way traffic on the scoreboard as Caitlin Lyons puts goal number 2 into the scorebook and did the cartwheel then. Caitlin Lyons, she was pretty happy with the effort and did the cartwheel inside forward 50. 35 goals kicked for South Launceston. So that scoreboard 35-24 to 34. A quick score check from our man Lucas Donaldson. Thank you, Lucas. Yeah, those inside 50s for this quarter being dominated by South Launceston. It's 14-0. Marks inside 53-0. Intercept marks 1 apiece and freeze for 1 apiece. And those hit-outs going the way of South Launceston 12-0 in this quarter. They lead by 234 points, deep inside the last quarter here for South. Sophie Dean in the ruck on that occasion. Quick tap forward. It's come back, but on the way of South Launceston, they've got plenty of numbers behind the footy here. Sam Davies picks this one up, has a bit of run, sends it on to the right, sends it down at the wing. It's going to be intercepted though, cut off by Lydia Holes. So Holes gets onto this one. Good one-on-one contest out on the wing. Loose footy, tackled straight away. Oh, a player was legged there from Longford. That was Ebony Agostini. Took a nice grab earlier on in this game in defensive 50, and she gets the free kick for a leg there. So Agostini's going to take this one on the opposite wing and looks to send this ball forward. Sends it to square, intercept mark. It's Sophie Dean who's taking the intercept mark on that occasion for the Dogs. No, Sophie Dean's going to get on the end of this one. So again, that player was freestone. Back to Sophie Dean. Sophie Dean's got this one though. She's going to send it inside 50, and she does just that. Comes off the hands there initially of Caitlin Lyons. She's kicked 2 this quarter. Sweeping handball finds Stonehouse. Chance for Longford to clear. It's still a loose ball inside. Sophie Deans ends up back with it. Quick handball off. Finds Georgia McGinty. McGinty goes towards goal. Bouncing footy, bouncing through. And it's going to go through for a behind. Just on the left-hand side of the post. So McGinty there has kicked 8 goals, 5. As South Launceston lead by 235 points, 17 minutes gone last quarter. Can Longford get some territory here? That's a nice grab taken by Gartrell in the back pocket. So Sophie Gartrell to send this ball down the wing, and she's going to do just that. Loose footy here to be won just inside in front of the Longford interchange gates here. Picked up by Ash Corbett. Corbett sends this one back inside 50 and has found a teammate in Layla Stonehouse. Stonehouse thought about giving the hands back to Corbett. Stonehouse gets around the player on the mark and centering ball. And it's been marked there by that goal kicker, Georgia McGinty, who's got 8 goals. 8 goals, 5. A chance for her to go to number 9. And Georgia McGinty marks in the corridor. She'll kick this one from about 35 out, straight in front. Starts to approach. McGinty goes with the right, kicks this one up, and it's off to the right-hand side. It goes through for a behind. So 8 goals, 6 for Georgia McGinty. South move on to 35-26, 236. Oh, yeah, okay. And footy back inside 54, South Launceston bouncing ball. And it's going to trickle through for a behind. And it'll be Eden Sheen to bring this footy back in. And as she's done all afternoon, has taken a little bit of territory and then sunk the slipper into it, trying to get a clearing ball. Going to be a loose footy in the pocket for South. Another opportunity for South Launceston. And it will just be just that, and that's a nice goal. That is a really nice goal. That was kicked by the number 8 in Jazz Freestone. So she's kicked her third. She's kicked 3 goals, 1. And goal number 36 for South Launceston. So we're almost there, almost full time. 19 minutes gone in this last quarter. And it's going to be South Launceston Bulldogs with a big win here this afternoon. Currently leading by 242 points, 36-26, 242, with about 30 seconds left to go in this one. Be reaching for the record books. I'd imagine this is one of the biggest scores kicked, I'd say, in the Women's Premier League. 36 goals, 26, 242. Rucks go at it again. Not long left in this one. And it is George McGinty who has kicked 8 goals, gets onto the end of this one, up towards the 50, bounces into the hands of Suku, and there it is, there's the siren. That final score here from Youngtown Memorial level, 36-26, 242. A massive win for the South Launceston Bulldogs, 36 goals. Very quickly through the goal kickers. George McGinty has kicked 8. Liana Freestone has kicked 4. Layla Stonehouse kicked 4. Keely Morrison has the 3. Emily Williams has the 3. Doubles to Chloe Martin, Caitlin Lyons, George Gillow, and singles to Hannah Viney, Hayley Breward, Lucy Sulzberger, Sophie Dean, Alexis Oliver, and Grace Weldon. But that is a massive win to South Launceston. 36 goals, 26, 242, and Longford yet to score. So that wraps it up here from the AFL Tas live stream. Matt Donaldson with you, bringing you all the NTFA Premier League action. We'll be up soon with the men's game, which will be on AFL Tas live stream, as well as broadcasting that one live on City Park Radio. But that's all for now. Matt Donaldson for the AFL Tas live stream. Thanks for tuning in.